Once upon a time, in a village pressed between mountains and rivers, there lived a young man named Arin. His days were heavy with thought. Worries about the future pressed on his chest. Regrets about the past echoed through his mind. At night, he tossed without sleep, staring at the ceiling beams. Even in moments of joy, a shadow followed him. His friends laughed easily, but his own smile felt borrowed. One evening, exhausted by his own storm of thoughts, Arin heard whispers of a wise hermit living on the far edge of the forest. They said the old man had once been a scholar in the city, a man who knew every book and every secret of the mind, but had left it all to sit among trees and silence. Those who visited him spoke of leaving lighter, as though some invisible burden had been lifted. Curiosity, mixed with desperation, pulled Arin onto the winding trail. He walked for hours through tall pines and sharp rocks until he saw a small hut glowing in the orange breath of sunset. Outside, on a low wooden stool, the hermit sat. His hair was white, his robe simple, his eyes closed in stillness. Arin bowed low, his voice cracked. "Master, my mind is restless. It never stops. I cannot sleep. I cannot be calm. I beg you, show me peace." The hermit opened his eyes slowly, like someone returning from another world. He studied the young man, then rose without a word and stepped inside his hut. When he returned, he carried an old iron lantern. Its glass was long gone. Only the rusted frame remained, with a small dish of oil and a bare flame trembling at its heart. He placed it carefully into Arin's hands. "Take this lantern," the hermit said, "and walk down to the festival square. Music and drums will be loud. People will press against you. The wind will try to steal your flame. Then return to me. But remember this. If the flame dies, even for a moment, you must begin again." Arin's stomach tightened. He had imagined a prayer, a meditation, a wise phrase to hold on to. Not this, but he wanted peace more than comfort. He nodded, holding the fragile light. The path down the mountain was narrow. A cold wind rushed between the cliffs, licking at the open flame. Arin bent low, shielding it with his hand, moving slowly, his breath shallow. Every step felt like balancing on the edge of disaster. At the bottom of the slope, the festival was alive. Drums thundered. Dancers spun in circles, scarves flashing in the air. Merchants shouted prices. Children darted like birds between stalls. Dogs barked and tugged at ropes. The crowd swallowed Arin whole. Once, a laughing man clapped him on the shoulder, almost tipping the lantern. Another time, a child brushed past and her toy stick grazed the frame. Arin's eyes never left the flame. The noise, the color, the chaos, all blurred into a single background hum. Only the trembling light remained real. When he finally began the climb back up, sweat soaked his shirt, though the night was cool. His arm ached from holding the lantern so steadily. Twice he stumbled on loose stones, but each time he kept the flame alive. At last, gasping, he stood again before the hermit. The flame still burned. He set the lantern carefully at the old man's feet and dropped to his knees, exhausted. The hermit's voice was gentle. "Tell me, Arin, what did you see in the square?" Arin blinked. "Nothing. Not the dancers, not the colors, not even the drums. I saw only this flame." The hermit's lips curved into a smile that seemed older than the mountains. "And so you have learned. Peace is not found by silencing the world, but by guarding the light within. When your mind protects this flame, the flame of the present moment, the chaos outside cannot touch you. You are no longer dragged by yesterday or chased by tomorrow. You are simply here, the wind sighed through the pines. The last gold of sunset bled into the dark. But inside Arin, for the first time, there was no storm. Only a steady glow, small and quiet, like a lantern that could guide him through every night to come. If stories like this bring you calm and inspiration, please take a moment to subscribe and like, and let me know if you would like more of them. Peace does not come from trying to quiet the world around us, but from learning to protect and nurture the light within ourselves. Just as Arin could only keep the lantern's flame alive by focusing on it completely, we find calm when we guard our inner flame, the present moment, against the winds of distraction, regret, and fear. By holding steady to that light, the noise of life becomes background, and we discover that true peace is not the absence of chaos, but the strength to carry stillness through it.